What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Bitcoin Cash podcast and to the Dragon Riders and to John D and Matthew, Jeremy, Jet, everyone who's. I stopped in the Bitcoin Cash podcast live stream. I was just there for a second saying hi, but got to do some work. We're going to talk about Bitcoin Cash as well. If you like Bitcoin Cash, if you're like me and you're invested in Bitcoin Cash, but you're not following the Bitcoin Cash podcast, they come with a high recommendation. Let's just say that, right? If you want to keep up with Bitcoin Cash and all things that are fundamentally developing with this ecosystem, that's the YouTube channel you need to be following. Anyways, 8 hours, 30 minutes left in this day. $576 is the price. Let's get into it. Hit the like button, subscribe. Let's get into it right here. We'll go down to the 1 hour time frame, and then we will zoom out from there. So, Bitcoin Cash, even amidst all this BART-like behavior with Bitcoin, you're doing pretty well. You're not really BARTing too much. There is some volatility, absolutely some volatility implied. You know, we get some sudden shifts down here, sudden shifts up here. It's definitely, there are some BART-esque behaviors going on with Bitcoin Cash as well. But compared to Bitcoin, I feel like you're doing better. I don't know what it is. I mean, you just look like you're stair stepping. Right? It's a complete, this looks just like this, looks just like this, right? And then as soon as you got your lower low, then you moved up. As soon as you got your lower low, then you moved up. Well, we got our lower low, guys. We moved up. I don't know. We might be moving up, y'all. We might be moving up. It's the same old song and dance we've been singing and dancing to for a while now. We're just waiting for this next move. I do theorize that this next move will commence the move. But before we get our hopes up too high, it's completely acceptable and possible that we see another stair step up like this and that we consolidate again. And then we move up higher, right? And the way I have it drawn, maybe we go up to 670, 680, maybe we go higher, maybe we stop at 640, whatever it might be, but we'll consolidate likely on top of this area if we were to stair step. And then I would think that next move, that would have to be what breaks us out and takes us beyond $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. And when I say that next move, I don't mean in 1 hour. I mean just we will break out of this stair-stepping phase. And that's the lesser, that would be my lesser expectation. I don't think that we're going to move up, consolidate, and then do this. I think that this next move will be the move that commences this great, fantastic voyage that we've been waiting for. The great journey. It's about to begin. But it's a good, great journey. It's not like what they got in Halo. I feel like I'm seeing Halo memes everywhere. I miss Halo. Shout out to all the people who've played Halo. Man, those are some good days, man. Glory days right there. I need the Halo soundtrack in my life right now. $577 right now, 28 minutes left in this hour. The 1 hour RSI, it's interesting, actually. You're like bullish but reluctantly bullish. That's interesting. You should be doing better, I would think. You're in a bit of a downtrend here, lower lows and lower highs. Maybe we come down a little bit more, and in which case it's fine. We could come down from here. I don't think that we go below this low. I think that is the low, 551. I think that's the low that we can count on, but if we go below it, okay, so be it. Whatever, that'll be where we move up from. Whether we go down and then we move up, whether we move down lower and then we move up, whether we just move up from here, whatever it is, we're going to be moving up very, very soon. Oops, I don't know what happened there. Let's just pretend we were to move down low to high. Maybe down to 570, maybe down to 562 at the lowest. I wouldn't think that we'd go lower than that, but it's possible, but I doubt it. The stochastics are technically bearish in the MAC. The MACD is actually right at the point at which you'd expect it to bounce. I just don't like this downtrend that we have in the RSI, but we are at the 40. We could bounce here. I mean, we don't have to keep going down. In all fairness, when we moved down here, we just went straight down. We went straight down here. We're not going straight down, are we? We're kind of consolidating. Maybe different behavior begets different results. It's actually very bullish to take a downtrend and before it gets oversold to break out of it. It's actually very bullish to do that. The RSI is just bullish enough. The stochastics are just bullish enough. And the MACD is just bullish enough for me to be bullish here. You're pointed upwards with the stochastics, blue line and orange line, crossed up. RSI bouncing off the 40, you're crowding the 50, but you're not actually rejecting. That's good. And the MACD's right at the 0. It's a perfect area to buy or bounce. And No, you don't have bullish divergence, but still, bearish momentum is dying off. I mean, just think of it this way on the MACD. I mean, how much longer do we typically stay red? We don't typically stay too much. We don't stay red for too much longer than what we have here. So even if we do go down, it won't be that much time, and then we should move back up. We've got this trajectory, higher lows here. I mean, even if we go lower, we have support there. So I am going to call for a bounce here at the stake of being wrong, or at the sake of being wrong. What's the proper word? At the risk of being wrong. Right? Maybe we go down, and again, if we do, that's okay, but I am going to call for us to move up. I think that we do move up from here. I don't think that we move down, which is interesting because I do assume that Bitcoin moves down from here instead of moving up, so we'll see. Bitcoin Cash has had green days while Bitcoin itself has had red days. We've seen that recently plenty of times, so very possible. 4-hour time frame here. I think this stair-stepping formation becomes a little bit more apparent, right? You're moving up. You got a solid block there. You move up. You've got a solid block here. You move up. Are we going to get another solid block, or is this the move up that takes us to, that commences the great journey? We're just going to call it the great journey in honor of Halo, or in honor of the rings, I guess. Would it be the covenant that would be in honor of? I don't know. Anyways, 60. Rejecting the 60, finding support at the 50. Let's get something with some vol. Don't we have volume? Where's the? Is all the volumes down here? Okay. Hold on. There we go. There we go. In case you didn't know, you can move your volume wherever you want. You don't. It doesn't have to. You just click on it. We can move the RSI up here too. Even I think. Let's see. Yeah, like that. Boom. There we go. It's too much of a headache for me. Maybe with the right indicators that can be helpful. If you're ever trying to, like, quote unquote make your own indicator. Anyways, I like what we're doing here. I like the MACD crossing above the 0. I like the RSI bouncing off the 50 and not getting oversold this whole time. I like the stochastics where we're at now. This is actually very bullish posturing. So, yeah, I like it all. If we go down, again, I'm not talking about going down because I think we're going down, but if we go down, it's okay. We'll still come up. But I am calling for us to go up. If I'm wrong, I'll be this wrong, and then I'll be this right. So I don't care. And well, probably even more, right? We've got a lot of growth coming our way, you guys. Daily time frame here, looking at this. Any signs of weakness or readiness? I mean, we're so close, guys. Let's do this real quick. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna paint a picture as far as how close we are. This way, if you're not on the edge of your seat like I am, if you're not up at night checking the price of Bitcoin Cash because you're wondering if the pump has started, like I am consistently, weekly now, daily. Multiple times a day. Let me just build a case for you here. Okay, we're building a lot of pressure. We have a lot of resistance right here. Likely with a flat top and higher lows, you do typically break out. That's an ascending structure, like an ascending triangle. And I would expect that we break out, not just break out, but we get into the overbought zone and probably a deeper overbought reading than anything here. I am forecasting that this reading, this RSI, will see stronger readings potentially than it ever has in its life, or at least I am thinking that we will work our way up to the 90. Maybe at first, maybe we get up here, then we come back down, we do our thing, and then we're up at the 90 there, however it works. But I think that we inevitably will be working our way up to the 90 or higher. But this initial pop, I think, would take us above these highs here. Anyways, pressure building here. This is where you can see that this move is happening, right? Like we're coming to this point. It's I think very obvious that we will break out to the upside, not to the downside, right? Different behavior begets different results. Here, you move straight down. Here, you got a lower low. Here, you got a lower low. Here, you went all the way down to the 40. Now, instead of going down, you are meandering. You're doing something different here than you did any of these other times. Different behavior begets different results. That's all we're running with here, okay? Building up to this point, there's a lot of pressure. We go on the weekly time frame. We're building up to this point here, or actually we already have broken out of this point here. Lower highs, right? We broke out, we found support, we dipped back below it, but we're above it. We're consolidating above it, we're building pressure here, ready to break out of this overall zone as a whole. We're literally right up here. Same kind of idea, right? Same thing with the RSI. Here, you rejected down. Here, you rejected down. Here, you did something different. Doing something different might provide different results than what we had the last two times, right? So, boiling point number 2. Right? And on top of that, we've got this bull flag. And then boiling point number 3 is just your lifelong historical trend. I say it's just your lifelong historical trend. But here, We've been consolidating right above this. This is a break, hook, and go formation. I've always thought it was a bump and run, but I looked up what a bump and run is, and apparently that's not a bump and run. Apparently a bump and run, I think, would be like this. You bump this, and then you run down. I don't know. I guess it's a bearish thing typically, from what I was looking. I always thought that was a bump and run, but it's called a break, hook, and go. This is also a boiling point, right? Lifelong historical downtrend in the highs, and we're breaking out of that now. We break this, we'll get a, you guys, we get above these highs here, and we will officially put in a higher high on a monthly macro scale for Bitcoin Cash for the first time in its existence. Okay, boiling point number 3. And then there's more. Boiling point, I keep thinking I'm going to get to the last one, but nope. Boiling point number 4. And I keep calling it boiling point. I don't know. We're pressure point. We're building the pressure. We're building the momentum here. The monthly exponential ribbon here has crossed bullish. We had a bullish cross. We had a nice move up because we back tested it for support. All of this from a structural standpoint is perfect. It's exactly what you want to see. You crossed up. You fought for it. You actually came back down. You had a fake. The price came back down. It was like a fake cross down while you're in the midst of your bullish cross here on the monthly time frame. You continued, and then you back tested this for support, and you found immaculate. It couldn't have been better. Immaculate support right there. I remember on this low saying that if we came up high enough by the end of the month, this yellow line would actually touch the bottom. It'd be like we found support, because when we were down here, the yellow line was away from it. It was lower. And we actually came up so high that it actually did touch the line. It's perfect. It literally looks perfect. This is save this in your memory. This right here, this setup with this cross, moving up and then touching like that, it is a perfect reaction for continuing higher. Boiling point number 4. Okay? This is incredible. Any person, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you do as far as technical analysis goes, any person seeing this, if they look at this and they're not exuberantly bullish, if they're not excited, if they're not out of the world with this alone, let alone everything else we've talked about, I mean, then you're crazy. You don't know TA, because this is immaculate. This is going to provide a lot of growth, right? When you cross down here, your whole life you're crossed down, you contracted, when you started to expand, look at the momentum, look at the bearish momentum. We have not started to expand. We're expanding now, sure, but we really haven't started to expand. When we really start to expand, dude, it's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. And then last but not least, BCH BTC. This will be our last boiling point to make. I don't know what word to call it. It's like we're boiling over. It's like the water's boiling over. It can't be contained in the pot anymore. That's why I keep calling it a boiling point. I don't know. Rounded bottom versus Bitcoin. We've been in an uptrend versus Bitcoin since February of this year. Bitcoin has been moving down. We've been in an uptrend since February of this year. Bitcoin's been moving down since October. We've been in an uptrend since February. We've maintained that uptrend. We actually gained dominance versus Bitcoin in November. We actually gained dominance versus the whole crypto market cap in the month of November, while Bitcoin did not. We were out of the top 20 coins, Bitcoin Cash had the most market cap dominance growth in the crypto space. In November, this month where Bitcoin was causing mass capitulation, right? November 11th to November 21st. This was the meat of the month. Everybody started saying we're in a bear market here. And then as we got lower, more and more people. And then finally at the lows, that was when most people said we're in a bear market. And then afterwards, right? November was the month of capitulation. And in that month, Bitcoin Cash had more dominance versus Bitcoin than any other crypto in the top 20. And it gained more dominance versus the rest of the crypto market than any other crypto in the top 20. Rounded bottom. Look up why is this a boiling point? Look up why this matters. Rounded bottom, saucer pattern, frying pan pattern. Look up what those are, what they mean. It's a long-term accumulative pattern is what it is. It suggests a shift from bearish momentum to bullish momentum. And when that shift happens, dude, it's explosive. We are going to see the biggest move that Bitcoin Cash has ever seen versus its US dollar pair versus its Bitcoin pair. The evidence is all over the board, the charts. The fact that we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months, however long it's been that we've been up here in a row, and it's still at this opportunity where we're below $600 for anybody to invest in. It's a gift, it's a blessing, and it will not last. It might feel like we're range bound forever, but this, I'm like, we're not even gone, and I'm already reminiscing this area. We're going to remember this as a safe zone, as the safest zone in crypto, because it's after this, it's going to get dicey. It's going to get real volatile, real extreme, real fast. We're going to be moving up at a very fast pace. It won't be so easy to just say buy blindly. But here, 577, green light for sure. I got nothing else to say. Hit the like button. Thank you all for being here. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Bitcoin Cash is about to rally really, really freaking hard. Whether it's today, tomorrow, by the end of this, I would think by the end of December, we're well above $1,000, I would think. And then going into January, we should complete this move up above 2K, probably above 4K. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.